Yo. Yo. Am I being heard right now? Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Are we there? Chat? Alright. So, what do we... I guess I gotta research a build. But does that even matter until you get, like, past Renala? Ball build? Oh, the ball fists. Ironbound Devastator. Insane damage. Boss breaker. This is just like a fist weapon, though. It's like... None of these even look cool. Damn, how do I make my chick look like that? What the fuck?
Now, I'm sure most of you probably think I'm on Elden Ring 24/7, and if I go like 1 hour without playing the game, I'd start scratching at my neck like a crackhead due to Elden Ring withdrawals, but I actually do other things. That's besides the point. I came across a video called Melania Blade of Mikola in 37 seconds at level 1. This video wasn't clickbait, it was legit. This madman, Mr. Bork D, actually just slaughtered Melania in 37 seconds at level 1. Now, to no surprise, he used a very honest and fair bleed build, as bleed is perfectly balanced. But anyways, I thought to myself, you know, how far could this bleed build actually go? This man's only level 1. What would it be like at the meta level 150? And thus, a new Elden Ring adventure began. I set off on my journey across the lands between to collect all the items required for this build. It was like collecting the pieces of Exodia. After many hours of hard work and dedication, I finally finished my perfectly balanced bleed build. So my take on this build consists of a humble 41 strength, 70 dex, and 60 arcane. Everything else is pretty much the same as the OG video. We're running 2 bandit blood curved swords with seppuku and commander standard. For armor, we obviously have Vare's head and the mushroom crown. For talismans, we have Radagon's sword seal, Lord of Blood's exulsion, red feathered branch sword, and rotted winged sword insignia. In the OG video, they were using Millicent's talisman, which makes sense because they were low leveled. But since I'm at a higher level, I thought rotted winged sword insignia makes more sense. And last but not least, we have a few consumables. We have some...
Okay. This is already too much.
Hey all, it's Matt, your average gamer, and for this video we're going to be doing 8 new fun builds, including a couple. In this case, we're going to be using Spinning Strikes on the Grave Scythe, and we're going to be using that in Occult Affinity, and then mixing in Dragon incantations like Dragon Ice. It's actually a decent way to get damage. You get a lot of bleed build-up, Spinning Strikes is really powerful, and then when you back off and you get at a range, you have that option of going to the Dragon incantations and using them, and they do have a lot of range on them. They actually do hit from really far away, too. Yeah, I'm starting to love Spinning Strikes. It's becoming one of my favorite Ashes of War. It's appeared in a couple of my videos recently because it has so much build-up, so much damage, successive attack power, and...
Of course, he's showcasing it on the slowest boss in the fucking game. He doesn't even fight anything else. He just fights this. Alright, let's see.
Is my Hallowed Inferno build. If you haven't checked out the build I'm going to be using for DLC, check it out in the description below after this video. I think you're going to like it a lot. It has a ton of versatility. Now, the Magmorum Scale Sword is actually quite good. Probably should have made my top 20 Somber weapons list because it is pretty powerful on the Ash of War, but at the same time, the Ash of War is a little bit long and sometimes dangerous to use too. When you pull it off, though, it's quite good because it leaves a trail of literal magma on the ground, and the fire part's going to scale, I believe, with Faith. The actual physical part on the weapon, though, it's a lot of physical damage. It's going to scale with your strength stats, so keep that in mind.
Damn, that's a pretty cool build. The fire build.
Poise damage on the charge attacks, which we've built around 2 for a well-rounded, solid build. And a cool one too. By the way, if you're watching to this point in the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe and awesome Elden Ring community, and also the Discord when DLC comes around. I can't wait for DLC. I'm so bad system. I think a lot of charged hits, poise damage, etc. builds like this one are going to excel in DLC. Just a guess, and of course mages, because From Software seems to love magic, so that'll be powerful. Curve swords are about, they're a little bit better by about, I think, around 30 or 40 damage in there, and then I think the Gargoyle's Twin Blades are about 60 damage better, so you have 2 better options, but I wanted to try something non-meta. We have 2 of the Falchions, if that's how you say it, as goofy as that's the Black Blade incantation with the Black Knife, or Malachi's Black Blade. Now, Malachi's Black Blade and the Black Knife don't stack,
Call him Malachi?
but the Black Blade incantations and Black Knife stack. I know a lot of information, but it's good information to know, especially as we go into DLC, and a lot of people think Holy's going to be good. And of course we have the Gargoyle's Black Blade too for the awesome Ash of War, which also does a little bit of percentage damage and holy damage and scales with Faith. So yeah, this is something I'd consider for DLC. I love the idea of percentage damage if Holy ends up being good. Now if Holy doesn't end up being good, that's going to be a huge disappointment for me. As somebody who loves Faith, I feel like Holy needs a
My screen is fucked up?
part to play, and DLC.
What does it look like? I see